Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it.
Okay,
Oh my
is
gosh,
that
are
it?
you singing? You're
I was
joining
clapping and
me
I was
in my
dancing, and
musical endeavor?
I
That
mean, some days
never happens. No, that never
there
happens.
literally is a reel of me and you singing "Leave Me Alone." I'm working on it. I will find it and send it to you.
Do you know what?
Michaela
I
loved it
believe
so
you.
much,
You
she
don't
cut it
have to
out and
work
she
that
made it a
hard.
reel.
Oh, I
I
don't
some
remember, but
days
I'm glad. I'm
this
glad you
is
do.
literally the story of our lives. I say something you don't remember.
Don't remember.
It would be really easy to convince you that you owe me money because you'd be like, I don't remember.
You know, yes, yes. Actually, you're not wrong. Um, it would be dependent on the amount that you ask for. Because if you ask me like for like, $100,000, I'd be like, girl, nah. But if you were like, hey, can you give me back for $150 from last time? I'd be like,
I'm like,
sure.
oh, I
What?
didn't? Oh, what?
Oh,
What
what?
was it for?
Gosh. And then I'd just be like, my
I'm
memory's so
so
bad. Yeah,
sorry,
sure.
friend.
Here you go. And I'd send it to you.
Should try that one time.
Just convincing everyone, telling everyone my secrets. Okay. How to take advantage of Cassie 101. Speaking of 101ing, we had an episode on adulting,
Oh
adulting
God,
101, but we called
we
it adulting as
did.
a scam because adulting is a scam. So I would like to take you on a journey with me as we move
Uh-huh.
into adulting 102. Okay. Welcome to
Okay.
semester two, babes. The exams are harder. The content is twice as confusing as it was last
Uh,
semester.
mm.
Nobody knows what's going on. It's terrifying. Okay. And I think I was saying this to you the other day. I was like, um, I I keep moving from one phase of life to another phase and thinking, oh, okay, things are gonna like settle down and we're
Mm.
gonna find our rhythm. But oh, excuse me, I just had a Red Bull. So I'm like, whoo, hello. But like that one just snuck on out. My apologies. But so I keep like so I'm moving from phase of life to phase of life, and I keep waiting for things to settle down. I keep waiting for things to get calmer, but it's not happening.
Mm.
It's not happening. It just feels like it keeps getting crazier and it just keeps feeling like there's so much more that I need to wrap my head around and figure out and make peace with or rebuild and recraft. And I just remember thinking back as a child being like, these adults have it together and I'm waiting to get there and it's not gonna happen. It's just
If
not gonna
only
happen.
you knew they didn't actually have it together.
Yeah. So it made me go back and think about like what are the things we believed like and the things that we said to ourselves that we as adults now live by. And if we actually just stop and like double click
Mm.
just a little bit more, does it actually
Mm.
make sense? Okay. I've got a
Wait,
couple.
before you go into it,
Yeah.
I just want to say I've been waiting for this episode. And I've been waiting for a specific part of this episode. So I don't know if you
Okay.
remember when we had the adulting as a scam episode,
Yeah.
you went through like a list of things that you grew up to find out are very expensive and you're shocked. I've been
Yeah.
waiting months to
I.e.
add to that list.
cheese.
Girl,
Okay.
you fancy. My cheese is
Welcome.
cheap. I've been waiting to add to that
No
list.
cheese is cheap, or all cheese is so expensive.
You fancy cheese person. I'm a basic cheese person. Like, there's a
I've said this
difference.
before, I'll say it again. Even that Gouda, that cheddar, it's so expensive. It's so expensive.
But you know where? So I've got two items I want to add to this list before you go on
Bad.
with all of the myths.
Yalabina.
Number one, plant pots. What is happening with that thing?
Oh, this is
Why
a
are they
good
so
one.
expensive?
They are. They are
You
so
like have to buy
expensive.
one every month until you get the number that you need because you can't buy them all. Why are they so expensive?
I don't know. The thing I will say about
And they're
plants, though,
plastic.
Yeah, they're fake. They're so fake, but they're so expensive. They're so
Oh,
expensive.
plant
I
the
have a
plants, the pots, all of it is expensive.
I have a friend, Duncan, and his wife, Brookshire, has a plant store. It's on Instagram. You should totally go
Oh.
and check it out. It's called Jungle House, and they have the most incredible plants. Like, seriously, just go and check it out. Now, I'm not a plant person. Like, if you give me a plant, it's going to die. Like, it's not gonna survive. But I feel like spending time with Rookshire and like understanding like how she does it all, I'm like, okay, like maybe I could do this. And her plants are
Ye-
beautiful. They're beautiful. Jungle House, go check it
Mhm.
out. It's amazing. Okay,
Anyway,
that's
it
number
it
one.
rocked
What's
me.
number two?
Number two is, oh, framed art for the walls, like in your home. Like, or even if you just say you want to print something that's larger than an A0 size, here come the bills. And I'm like, guys, it's
Honestly,
paper.
no,
It's literally, why is it so
like
expensive?
I went into a store the other day just to buy a frame, just a frame, and it
Mm-hmm.
was 900 Rand. And I was like, what the hell? 900 Rand for this like piece of wood? How? Where? And why? Like, it's just
Yeah, I've been
made no
stuck on
sense.
those two things. I've been
Yeah.
waiting to add to the list anyway,
Anyway,
but
welcome
those
to the
two
list.
have
Welcome
rocked
to the
me
list.
recently.
Okay. So, these are things we've heard said to us. We say them to ourselves. We say them to
Mm-hmm.
other people. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to invite us to double click and just see, does it make sense? Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Number one, just
Mm-hmm.
follow your passion. Just follow your passion and the rest will come. No, false, incorrect. Has not happened. Okay. What happens when your passion doesn't pay your bills? Then what?
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
Wait, so say it again. Follow your passion and what?
Just follow your passion and the
Is that where
rest
it
will
stops?
come.
And the
And
rest
the
will
rest
come.
will come.
The rest of what?
A great
See, this is what
question.
I
What
don't
does
like.
that
It's too
mean?
open-ended. What is
It's way
coming?
too
The
vague,
rest
way
of
too
what?
vague. Me, I tried following a passion. I tried not following a passion. Neither of those things worked. None
I
of it,
mean,
none of them worked.
I feel like follow your passion is good advice. I think the problem there is what comes after, because they say the rest will come. The rest of what?
The rest for what? I
Also,
think they are saying like you'll make money, but what if you don't? Like you need to pay your bills. You need
look,
to eat. You need to
here's
survive.
a
You need
here's a
somewhere to sleep
random
at night.
thought. What if your passion isn't even something that like that anybody is currently paying money for? What must you do now?
I
What
don't
if
know.
your
You
passion
must
is something you
sell
still
your
need to
soul to the
invent,
man.
create, work on for the next, I don't know, 10 years to make it a reality? Look, it's not bad advice. And this is where I have an issue with stuff like this. It's not bad advice. Follow your
Mm-hmm.
passion, but they need to be telling us your passion won't always pay you money. Your passion won't always look like the way you think it will. Your
Fair.
passion won't keep you warm at night. You know, they need to be real with you that yes, you might, if you follow it, you might end up with a very fulfilled life, like a fulfilled,
Yeah.
a feeling of fulfillment,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
also might need to do XYZ other things to make ends meet. Do you know what I mean? Like your
Absolutely.
passion may not necessarily be what pays the bill. And you have to
Absolutely.
realistically decide at what point do I pivot? At what point do I add
Yeah. Do
on?
I
At
make
what
a
point do I put
change?
it down to do something else in the meantime and come back to it? They don't tell you any of
Mm.
that. And now you see people are just like dying on this passion thing. They're hungry, they don't have money, they can't, they're miserable.
They miserable. Yeah, no, it's incomplete advice, I
It's
think,
incomplete advice,
is the
yes.
way to think about that. The other thing that I was thinking about this, just follow your passion, is what if you don't yet know what your passion is?
Oh, yo,
Like,
yeah.
just follow your passion. And I like this was said to us when you were little, like figure out the thing you're good at. That's your passion. Become passionate, dedicate yourself to it, be good at it, whatever. It did pay off for some people. Don't get me wrong. But there
No, of
I
course.
and I think about this one friend that I met in university, and I'm gonna call her Sally.
Sally. You have zero friends called Sally, but all right.
Not a single friend called Sally, but I'm gonna call her Sally. And Sally and I were chatting the one day, and I was very musical, and so I was doing music stuff at the time. She was like, "You're so lucky you have something you're good at," and I was
Mm,
like, we all have something we're good at. Like everybody's good at something. And she
mm,
was like, Cassie, I don't think that there's anything that I'm good at. And I was like, Sally, impossible. Like,
mm.
that's not possible. We just haven't found your passion yet. Oh, how I drank the Kool-Aid. Now, I committed to going on this journey with Sally to find out what her passion could be, what her talent was that needed to be
Yeah.
developed. We did writing, we did creative, we did digital creation, we did painting and drawing, we
I
did
don't like where this
then
story's going.
nothing, not
You're
maths.
joking.
No, or
There's got
I'm
to be
not kidding.
something. It might
I'm
not be
not
a
kidding.
conventional skill or a conventional talent, but there's got to be something.
There has to be something, right? Everybody's got something to this
Something.
day. To this day, I don't know what Sally's thing is because it wasn't immediately obvious to me. And she had obviously clocked that she didn't have something. She wasn't organized. She had jobs. She got fired from the jobs because she wasn't organized. She wasn't good at what she was doing. She couldn't follow through.
Is
She
she
like
good
she
at
got
just like
overwhelmed.
relating with people?
No, well, yes, yes,
Is
yes,
she
yes, but
friendly?
she is friendly and lovely and sweet and nice. But what does that translate to in a job?
There's a lot of jobs that are people facing that you can do. That
Mhm.
it takes you being a people. What are you
You
about
can
to
be a
say?
people person, but you need a skill. Like if I'm a people
You can
person,
learn a skill, Cass.
oh,
These
Sally.
are three different things. There's passion, there's talent, and there's skill.
Do you think
You
passion and talent are, oh,
100%.
that's actually true.
They're
You can
not the
be, this is
same.
actually a third thing that I didn't write down. You can be passionate about something that you're not good at.
Yes, 100%. You can be passionate at
Oh,
something and be
snappity
so bad
doo
at
dah.
it. And now you need
Man,
to
this follow your
decide.
passion thing is bad advice. I
You
said
know,
it was
I would
incomplete
say
advice. I actually think it's bad advice. I
my
actually
advice
think
would
we
be
should
follow what you're
throw
good
this one
at.
away.
My advice would be follow what you're good at or do what you're
Okay.
good at.
I was good at numbers and I
Cass, you're good at
translated that
many
into a
things. It was always going
degree.
to be a problem for you.
No, thank you for complimenting me, but that's not true. But like,
It
but like
is.
I followed a degree with something I was good at and I hated it. I hated it. Like
No,
it
you
was
followed the
so
degree that you were
crushing.
told was good for you because what you wanted to do was to do something in media and you're good at it. Because what job are you doing today?
Yeah, fair,
Exactly.
fair,
You
fair.
followed what you were told was good for you, not what you were good at. And
Mm,
you can be good at more than one
that's
thing
actually
also.
true. Yeah, that's
You can
true.
be good at more than one thing. I think that's where the passion now comes in. If you're good at two or three different things, which one of these things are you most passionate
I
about?
just think this one should be thrown away. I'm on a rant. Guys, I'm so passionate about this now. I'm like, and as we think about like what we are telling future generations as well, it's
Yeah,
like
that's
I'm not
important.
gonna tell future generations some of these things, but maybe we'll unpack them and I'll feel differently. But right now, yo, I have strong feelings.
No,
Okay,
definitely don't say follow your passions. I would say do what you're good at.
okay, number two. This one pisses me off. Okay,
Cass
good
is on a
things
roll.
come to those who wait.
Mm-hmm.
Good things
Mm-hmm.
come to those who wait. And I'm like, no, you got to act.
Mm.
If you want something to happen in this world today, you've got to act. You've got to make it happen. You got to get up off your butt and make it happen. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And there's something to be said also about being passive in your waiting for something. Like you can't
Yeah.
passively sit and because I can understand waiting, like waiting to get good at a skill so that
Mm-hmm.
you can progress,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
waiting for your promotion, waiting for
Mm-hmm.
this. But even in that waiting, you can't be passive in it.
This one, I actually, so the first one, I agree with you. We tossed that guy out. This one, I think, is just incomplete advice. Like the person who was writing it got tired and they didn't want to write everything. And so they just stopped there. Because for me, the way I think of it is good things come to those who, and then there's a longer bit before the waiting part. There's a missing bit there.
What's that longer bit, Oria?
Let's fill in the blanks. It would be more good things come to those who act, who
Yes.
do, and then who
Yes.
wait patiently for the results. That's where I would be. Because sometimes when you're starting a new venture, you're starting a new thing, like you and I, we want it now. Actually, we want it yesterday. It must be
Yesterday.
done yesterday. We
Must
must
be
see the
done.
results yesterday. We must see
Dunesies.
the returns. That's how you and I are. And I think that's how most people are. We're impatient. And sometimes when you're
Yeah.
starting like a new venture or a new thing, it's not going to pick up immediately, you know? You got to put in the work. You got to keep doing it. And then you've got to wait patiently for the seeds that you've sown to grow before you
Yeah.
toss it out. Because if you don't wait to see, is it going to do well? Is it going to be good? You'll toss something out and then where will
I
you be?
think the issue with this sentence is the word wait.
That's why I
Because
said there's more.
even in what you've described now, it's not waiting.
Waiting.
It's working towards something.
Yeah.
Like I'm working towards the fruit. I'm working towards profit in my business. I'm working towards my degree. I'm
You're
working
right.
towards my promotion. Like I'm
Good
not
things
waiting.
come to those who
Who
do, who
act.
act.
Who do. You have to do. Because waiting also can lead to missed opportunities. I'm waiting for it to come to me. So
actually, I
don't
got a better
act.
way. I got a better one, Cass.
Yeah.
It's not even
Go
people
for it.
who act. Because if you act one time, you're not going to see results. One time is not enough for anything.
Thank
so
you.
it's got to be good things come to those who keep acting. Like it is a
Yes.
present continuous. You need to keep doing things. Otherwise,
Good things come to those who act continuously.
continuously. You
It
have to
is
keep doing it.
consistency that's gonna get you there. Yo,
Okay, we're
this
tossing
one,
this one out.
throw it
Out.
away. Number 3. Fake it till you make it.
Ah, no, I'm with this one.
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
not.
tell me. Tell me
I'll
why.
tell you why. And maybe this is my corporate trauma that is speaking, but I'm so sick of people coming up pretending like with this false bravado, false confidence in like what they say they can do, and then who then proceed to drop the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
There's wisdom in also being able to say, hey, I see this thing that you want me to do. I don't know how to do it. Help me. Coach me.
Is that fake it till you make
me.
it though?
Yes. Fake it till you make it. I'm saying like if this is the piece of advice that I take with me into every space, into every room, where's the room to be like, oh, snap, like, okay, I can't do it. Help me, guide
So
me,
that's not
coach me.
that's not my interpretation of that. For me,
Okay.
it's more like, and I'll give you an example. So when I first started working out in TV, and I mean, I was brand new. There was zero budget. You had to make it work, but nobody cares, right? The point is when you come on TV or when you go on a red carpet event, you need to look the part. You need to look like you belong. You need to look like you know what you're doing, right? And so I had to go learn how to do my own face, like how to wear my makeup properly, how to do my lashes. I needed to learn that thing because I couldn't afford to pay anyone to do it. And if I'm on the red carpet, I need to look like I belong there because otherwise have you tried to do interviews with celebrities on the red carpet? Everyone's pulling their attention. You know, you need to also look like
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. So I
And you're
learned
the
this
person to
thing,
talk to. Fair.
and you're the person. And so I did that. I started figuring out how to get clothes, like how to mix and match and style. Like styling became a huge thing for me. I was buying cheap things, like it was expensive, but I knew how to pair them up and accessorize so that it looked like I was some big time. Celayo was all faking it. But it helped me because then people saw me and people were like, oh, Ori is this TV presenter. And I remember someone walked up to me one time, I was like, who's your stylist? And inside I was dying
Shoot.
because I'm just like,
That's
girl, there ain't no
amazing though.
stylist. There ain't
That's
no
amazing though,
stylist.
that you got to a point where you could be like, oh, people think I have a stylist.
Do you get
That's
me?
amazing.
But like for
Okay.
me in that space, also
Fine.
being new, learning to like fake like I belonged, it helped build my
Mm,
confidence. I was new. Nobody
okay.
knew
Okay,
me. It helped
fine.
me
Fine.
build confidence to do the job I needed to do. I knew how to do the job. I just
Yeah.
didn't feel confident enough to do it. So that's why I'm like,
Got
I think
you.
it depends. Because sometimes you walk into a room, and this is me all the time. I walk into a room, I don't know, it's a networking event, it's whatever, and I feel out of place.
Yeah.
But then I remember like, hey, everybody probably doesn't know what's happening here. So you fake it like you belong here. You smile, you say the right things, and eventually you ease into it,
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
build that
Okay. Okay.
confidence.
Fine. Fine. This one, I will concede. I will reframe it to say that there are some of you who take it too seriously. Ask for help.
1000%. I
Ask for
think
help.
if you are lying about it, that's different.
Yeah,
Like
that's
in
a
your
different story.
example,
You're
don't lie
right.
and say
You're
you know how
right.
to do something and then you don't know and then you drop the ball. That's different. Also, want to call out.
But maybe it's not about lying. Sorry. Maybe it's not about lying. Maybe we've created an environment where it's not safe to ask for help. Maybe that's the environment that you've entered. And so you're
Mm.
operating out of maybe fear, you're faking it, but faking it badly. With fingers crossed, hope we make it.
No, this is like all of I see this on Twitter a lot. This is like all those people who are like me getting ready for my first day as a coder. Because when I said in my resume that I've done XYZ
Yes.
thing, meanwhile, I don't know
Yes.
nothing about coding.
Meanwhile,
That's different. That's different. But to your point on maybe we've created an environment where it's not safe to ask for help, then
mm,
ask for help outside of that environment. You've got to have
yeah,
someone you know. Because if you're in a
gotta have a
workplace or you're in
space.
corporate and you can't
Mm,
ask anyone there, so it doesn't look like you don't know what you're doing, pick up the
mm,
phone, call someone
mm,
outside of that circle,
mm,
Google it, research it,
mm.
something. Find the help that you need. And I know you want to
Fair.
move on. I know I'm
No,
saying
no,
I
no.
support
Go
fake
for
it till
it.
you make it, but please don't be out here dying on Instagram because of fake it till you make it.
True.
It ain't, it's not needed. It's not necessary. Like it's just you're spending money you don't have. We all know you don't have this money, but now you're out here.
True.
You're
Actually,
dating a person you're
that's
not
wisdom.
dating because now you want to look like you've
Yeah.
got a man. You are not
Yeah.
in Greece, but you say you are. Like,
Ye-
why are you stressing
Yeah.
yourself? It's
Why?
it's like
It's
Cassie
too
always
hard.
says, the people you think are thinking so hard about you really are not.
They
You
don't give
are
two
just
flying
so
F words.
if you need to do something, if you need to position your brand or your business a certain way for you to get, I
Mm,
don't know, contracts or jobs or whatever,
I'm
sure,
with
girl, go
you.
ahead. But don't be out here
No,
living a
you're
fake
right.
life just
You're
like,
right. My dad is a senior executive where he works. Okay. And you're right. Something you said triggered, you're right, because he
what?
taught me this is, and I'm annoyed because I was ready to throw this one away, but now I'm like, okay, fine, it can stay. But like, like he taught me, like when you walk into a room like you belong there. Because you was talking about the
Mm,
networking thing. Walk in
yeah.
like you belong and people will believe you. No one's
Yep.
gonna question you. No one's gonna doubt you, whatever. Act like you belong and people will
And people
believe
will
it.
believe you.
And
Yeah.
this is how I have successfully networked and met
Mm.
the right kinds of people, etc., etc. So fine. Okay, fake it till you make it can stay. The rest can go.
We got one out of three so far.
One out of three. Okay. Everything happens for a reason.
Please just
Now,
look.
my issue with this one is that it's very comforting, right? In the moment. I suppose again, depending on the moment, but it's intended to be comforting. It's intended to make you feel better, to, maybe justify an action, justify an outcome. But sometimes, okay, yes, everything happens for a reason, but sometimes the reason is you. And I feel like this is it gives
What?
people an excuse. It's like, oh, this thing happened and I spent all my money and now it's gone and I can't do it, but everything happens for a reason. It's like, no,
Sometimes the
babes.
reason is you.
Everything happens for a reason, and sometimes the reason is you. Welcome to the consequences of your actions. Okay. I feel
Mm.
like it gives people a way out to be like, and it can be rephrased in different ways. Like, maybe this was a lesson that I needed to learn. Babes, do better. Be
I
better.
I I agree with you on this one. I really
Mm,
do, but I disagree
mm.
with your earlier statement about it being comforting. Please don't near me with that nonsense. Something should not happen in my life and someone come and tell me everything happens for a reason. I will kick someone. Like,
No, but Ore,
no, I hate it. I'm sorry, Cass. Don't say it to me. Like, it's not
really?
comforting to me. No, because,
Wow.
and
In
I'll give you
any
I'll give you
situation.
in any, don't say it to me. I know it
Okay.
in my
Okay.
head. Do
Mm-hmm.
not say it to me. It triggers me. It doesn't comfort me because, and I'll give you an example. You've just lost a loved one and you are like
Mm,
mourning that. And they're like,
yeah.
and I know it is scriptural. Oh, we don't know, but God knows best and everything happens for a reason. Explain the particular reason why I've just buried this person that I love.
Teach
Explain.
me. Tell
Tell
me.
me, since you know,
Sure.
tell me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, for
It's
me,
true.
it's never comforting. Like I know it that when you step, 2, 3, 4, 5 years away from a situation that hurt you or that held you down or whatever, you will see
You
what
might
that
have some
situation has brought.
clarity.
Exactly. You'll have some
Mm.
clarity. You'll see maybe some benefits. You'll see maybe some of the good that has come out of that thing. In the moment, Ora doesn't want to hear it. So if you ever see me, please don't tell me this. I just
So
don't.
are we in agreement with throwing this one away? For
I'm not
different
throwing it
reasons. For
away.
different reasons, but we're
Ah,
throwing it away. I think we're throwing it away. I'm
I'm
making
not
an
throwing
executive
it
decision
away.
here.
I'm just
We're
saying,
throwing
don't
it
say it
away.
to me.
Or it's like it can
Fine.
stay, just not in my sphere.
Exactly, that one. It can say just not in my space.
Well, if that's an option that's allowed, don't ever say this to me either, because I'm gonna be like, No. Okay.
It's just not
Number
comforting, that's
5.
all.
This is
Mm-hmm.
my last one.
Okay.
Okay. I have mixed feelings about this one. I will preface
Oh,
it by saying this. I do have mixed feelings about this one. I think it's important. I'm just going to start saying it and then I'll talk about it. Okay. Work hard to succeed. Okay. Now,
my face when you say
my
that.
issue, I can see. My issue with this one, is that for me, this one is definitely incomplete because
Mm.
I grew up being told, work hard to succeed, work hard to succeed. All you have to do is work hard to succeed. Success is working hard. If you want to succeed, you have to work hard. How do you succeed? You work hard. It's the only thing to do to succeed is to work
Is
hard.
to work
And
hard.
as
Okay.
a result of this being drilled into me over and 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 over again, I am currently the most burnt out I have ever
Mm.
been. I'm currently the most burnt out I have ever been. And I don't often have anything more to give
To give,
because what I
yeah.
need to do is rest. And that's why I say that this thing is incomplete. Work hard to succeed, but there needs to be some kind of balance.
There needs to be a balance.
There needs to be a balance.
I feel like beyond the balance between working hard and resting and protecting
Yeah.
yourself and your mental health so you don't burn out, I think that the world has also changed quite a bit. And I
Mm.
found the point. And working hard today looks very differently from working hard like in years past.
Oh, I
And
see.
what I mean is The
Mm,
idea that you have to work hard for a lot of people means you need to have a 9 to 5. You must go in,
mm,
put in your 9 to 5. Then you have to come home
mm.
and work after hours, and then you must
I
be
see where
available
you're
for your
coming
boss.
from.
You need to do. But like in today's day and age, working hard might not look that way, and to the
Yeah,
outside world, it might look like you're not working hard. Like if you work from
yeah,
home, for instance, or if you've scheduled your life so that you only work a couple hours a day, or you only work at night because that's when you do your best thinking. To other
yeah.
people, it will look like you're not working hard. And especially if
This
you're
is
much
a
younger and you
good
still live at
point.
home, you'll start
Yeah,
feeling that pressure from people who think working hard should look a different way, and then you start taking
yeah,
on more. Meanwhile, you're already set up for success. You're already doing everything you need to do to
yeah.
succeed. You're working hard. It
It
just
just doesn't
looks
look,
different.
yeah. It doesn't look how people are expecting it to look. I think
Mm.
that I actually do think that that's a really good point, especially in today's day and age. And I think that a lot of people found this out during COVID, where, you suddenly get to be at home. And so you kind of can like work a little bit and then take an hour, actually have your lunch, um,
Yeah.
and then maybe do an hour of like chores or whatever so that you can get stuff done. Then you pop back on and you work a little bit and then you're done. Like, and it does, it like looks and feels different, but
Feels
you also
different.
feel a little bit more whole.
Yeah.
You're doing
Like
it in a
work-life
way that
balance
works for
became
you.
exactly, became
Exactly.
a real thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, I don't think we should throw it away. I also know that a lot of
No, but
people
that's
are
what I
saying these
said.
days that, oh,
I
you need to
said,
work smarter, not just
yes,
working harder. There's all
work
of that
smart,
stuff
not
out
hard.
there.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think we
I
should throw it
think
away.
I also don't think we should throw it away because I think that working hard is important. That's why my caveat was I feel
You got
weirdly
mixed
about this
feelings.
one. Mixed feelings. Because I just feel like it's incomplete. It's like work hard to succeed, but don't forget to take care of yourself a little bit. Like
Mm,
you you mustn't get lost in the desire to succeed. And what is success? Who determines that?
who
You determine
determines?
what your success is.
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah.
The one thing I wanted to say just now that I just thought of is because also with the whole working hard thing, it often is painted like it's a very like it's tunnel vision, right? You're not doing anything else because you're working so hard. You're not building a life. You're working so hard. But there's this thing my dad used to say. It's a bit
Yeah.
scripture. It's a lot scriptural, and it's in scripture. So it says to can't remember what scripture now. It says to walk circumspectly. And the way, and this was
Oh,
like in, we used to do Bible study as kids every Sunday
very
morning with
big
my dad
English
before
there.
church. I know. It basically means, well, how he's interpreted it to me, and that's how I've gone on to think about it. He's like, it basically means that as opposed to going through life with tunnel vision, you're
Yeah.
walking and you are turning around, you're inspecting your environment, like you're looking at what's happening around you. You're
Be
seeing the things
aware.
beyond, you're aware of what's happening. And I think that that's also a way of like that's what working hard also needs to look like. This tunnel vision to
Mm,
chase one thing, to do one
correct.
thing, to answer 800 emails, it's not going to get you
Correct.
very far. But being aware
Correct.
of the opportunities that are popping
Yeah.
up around you as you are chasing whatever your goal
Yeah.
is, you'll see something that you can develop, something you can build, something that might change your life drastically. So
Yeah.
I feel like in working hard in today's day and age, it also means be aware of opportunities and
Yeah.
try things like, and I've seen people say it repeatedly, like working a 9 to 5 is not going to make you a millionaire. It's just not. Like they say it repeatedly, and I'm like, okay. But then they keep saying you gotta just open yourself up to what else is out there?
Yeah.
What else is out there? So I'm just saying, just shine your eye. Sorry, it's how we say it in Nigeria. I don't know how else to say it.
Shine your
I, do, I
eye.
don't know
You
how
know,
else to say it. Shine your
I
eye.
have a note of things that it's called things Nigerians say. And anytime I hear something amazing, I just write it. I write it in this note and I chuckle to myself.
But you know
So
what
I'm
shine
going
your
to
eye
write
means,
that in.
right?
Mm, shine it so that it's not dusty so you can see?
No,
I don't know. No? Does it mean cry?
so it's
Because
not
when I
dusty.
start to cry,
Oh,
my eyes get
no,
shiny.
no. Shine it so it's not dusty. That's hilarious. Shine your eye literally just means open your eyes. Like
Thing.
see, Like open your
China,
eyes wide, like pay
remove the
attention, see the
dust.
things. Okay, remove the dust. Sure, fine. Why not? But like, don't
It's so
don't dull
funny.
yourself. Like be aware of what's
Yeah,
happening and get on it. Don't lose the
yeah,
opportunities. That's sort of what
yeah.
that's sort of
I
what it
love that. I
means.
love that. I just another side note. How do you, as Nigerians, get taught all of these things? Like, where does it
It's
come from?
just
Because
it's
I also feel like because you all know them. You
yeah,
all
we all
you
do.
all do them. And it's like shine your eye. Obviously, it wasn't intuitive to me. Maybe it was intuitive to you, non-Nigerian listener. But but h- how how do you know? How do you know?
It's
And I
just
say this, it's just
no, finish. You say this
oh,
because
because I was on Instagram. I actually sent this to Dummy as well. I was watching this guy on Instagram and he was doing this like skit where he got like like he's a boy in school and he gets his test results and he takes it to his dad and he got 99%, you know?
oh,
And his dad is like, your face, the fact that your face, it's
because I know
99%
what
or
the
his face
response
is just
is
like,
already. I know what
only.
the response is to this.
And obviously dad is like, what happened to the other 1%? What happened to the other 1%? And he's like, I sent you to school to like, and this is, you come back with this. How am I going to show my face at church? What am I going to do? Like, what am I going to tell people? And then he said the funniest thing. So he asks the son, he's like, what did David get? Oh, David
Mhm.
got 100%. Tell me something. Does David have two heads? And it killed me. Like I
As a
died.
that is the question
Does
to ask. Does the other
does
person have
David
two heads?
does David have two heads? And I died. I died.
It's
So
just
funny.
it's in conversation. A lot of it is like it's it's just
It's
I don't know
deeply
how we learn
entertaining.
it.
No, it's
It's just
amazing.
in conversation, and then it's in our films. Our parents all say the same things. So you grow up hearing the same things and then you start saying them and everybody around you knows what
It's
it means
amazing.
because their parents say the exact same thing.
It's amazing.
It's just
It's
yeah,
amazing.
it's
It's amazing. Anyway, so
entertaining.
we talked about adulting 102, okay? And how we're throwing some things out, some things we're keeping. And look, all jokes aside, okay, obviously there's an element of truth in
To all of
everything
it, of
that we
course.
called out. There's an element of truth to it all. That's why
Mm.
these sayings and these phrases exist in the world. But I
Yeah.
think my point is we need to double click on the things that we're taking as golden truth,
Mhm.
and make sure that they make sense and make sure they make sense for us and that we're living them out in a way that ultimately makes sense. Like we shouldn't be killing ourselves because we should be following our passion or killing
Mm.
ourselves because the only way to succeed is to work hard, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, just
No,
ask
you're
a few
right.
more questions. Just ask a few
Ask a
more.
lot of questions. Ask a
Yeah.
lot. And you know, I've said this before. Ask a lot of questions about question everything.
Question
Dig
everything.
deep and connect with your
Question
inner
everything.
5-year-old. Question everything.
Question
Question everything.
absolutely everything.
Figure out what works for you.
Um,
There is no one size fits all. You know, which
correct.
is the one thing we've all also been
Correct.
raised to believe that adulting looks a certain way. Adulting should feel
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah.
Nah, do what works for
It
you.
doesn't work that way. Absolutely.
Mm.
Anyway, thanks so much for joining us today as we unpack this delightful topic. Thank you for going on my little rant with me. And thank you to
Even
Ore
a
for being
rant.
my voice of reason in my time of deep
Always
frustration.
happy to help.
Come say hi on socials. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, you must like, follow, comment, and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. Yeah, and that's it from us for today. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. Also, you can watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.